All right, live from the Owensboro Ice Center, the Edge. Big rivalry game, Owensboro Rampage versus the Evansville Thunder. It's our first meeting of the year between the Cross River rivals. Starting for the Owensboro Rampage on the ice, we have Trevor Biddle, Garrett Baker, excuse me. Cameron Reel, Grace McFarland, Jackson Lindsay. Owensboro wins the face-off, gets it off into the corner, sends it in front of the ice. Baker picks it up in the corner, sends it behind. Cameron Reel picks it up in the far corner. Gets checked out into the wall. Trevor Biddle picks it up on the far side. It comes all the way back to Grace McFarland. He sends it back and dumps it behind the net. And Thunder was able to pick it up. They get it out of the zone. McFarland to Lindsay. Lindsay sends it back out in the middle. Lindsay picks it up behind the net. Sends it over to McFarland gets it out in triplet. We have triplet, Ratusny, Couture on the ice, Lindsay and McFarland. 12:57 to go in the first period. Score still tied 0-0. Face off. Grace McFarland's able to get it out of the zone. Off the races. Ratusny's trying to get there for the goalie. Lindsay across ice to triplet. Get it dumping into the back end so we can get switch out. We have Nick Wilson, Grace McFarland, Bob Cox, Couture, and triplet on the ice for Owensboro. Comes back to Bob Cox on D. Sends it over to Wilkins. Wilkins sends it out to Revels, is on the ice now. Revels, Whited, Wilkins, Cox, McFarland. A fast-moving game right now. White is able to snig that one through, send it back into the neutral zone. Battle on the wall. Revels gets it, takes a shot, and it goes in! Owensboro takes a 1-0 lead over the Evansville Thunder on a shot from Dalton Revels. With 11:39 to go in the first period, Owensboro's up 1-0. All right, we switch out our lines. We have Baker, Biddle, Reel, Cox, and Holder on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Owensboro leads 1-0, 11:39 to go in the first period. Reel picks it up, sends it over to Biddle, back to Reel, and Thunder comes up with it. Reel's got it, sends it out to Baker. Baker sends it into the corner, gets it taken away. Here come the Thunder on the races here. Got Cox and Holder back on D. Reel was able to back check. Holder gets it out of the zone. Thunder dumps it back behind the net. Holder picks it up, looking for a man. Gets it taken away, but Couture was there to knock it away. So we have Couture, triplet, McFarland, Cox, and Ratuzni on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Triplet's got it now. It sends it up towards the net. And they ice it. They're going to bring that one back and drop it on the other end. With exactly 10 minutes to go in the first period, Owensboro leads 1-0. Back on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage, we have Jackson Lindsay, Eric Whited, Grayson McFarland, Nick Wilkins, and Dalton Revels. Puck comes back to Jackson Lindsay, takes a shot, gets it up into the corner. Whited's there battling in the far wall. Revels is fighting. Lindsay stops it at the blue line, sends it back towards the net. Oh, just wide of the post. McFarland picks it up back up the blue line. He's going to take it all the way in. He takes a shot. Gets deflected off to the left. Lindsay stops it at the blue line. And the Thunder comes up with it. They send it across ice. Lindsay picks it up behind the net. Blast past somebody, gets it into the neutral zone to Eric Whited. They were able to dump it again. McFarland picks it up in the corner. We're getting a switch out here. We've got Baker, Biddle, Reel, Lindsay, McFarland on the ice. Thunder comes up with it. Nice hip check for McFarland. Lindsay battles, kicks it back out to Biddle. Biddle sends it into the neutral zone. Revels picks it up, gives it to Baker. Baker back to Reel. They take off with it. Got a 2-on-1. Lindsay on D. Lindsay knocks it away. Way to go, Jackson! McFarland sends it back to Lindsay. Lindsay sends it to Reel. Reel gets it in the neutral zone. He dumps it. We get a switch out here. We have Holder and Cox on D. We have Triplet, Baker, and Biddle on the ice now for the Owensboro Rampage. Holder's able to tip that one away. Triplet picks it up, sends it back into the neutral zone. 8:11 to go in the first period. Owensboro's got a 1-0 lead over the Evansville Thunder. Cox gets checked into the wall. Ratuzni gets in there, knocks it away. And Cox picks it up. He sends it around the wall. Thunder picks it up at the blue line, send it back down. With Couture, Ratuzni, Triplet, Holder, and Cox on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. And by the way, in the net we have Tane Wilson. Shot from Evansville. Owensboro's able to stop it. They take another shot. Ratuzni gets in there and takes it away. Battle on the wall. Ratuzni was able to get it in the neutral zone. All right, we're going to have a penalty here, looks like. Stoppage of play. That looks like that's on Grant Stern. And Bob Cox. Looks like they were tussling back behind the net. So we got two penalties. Discounting each other, so it's still going to be 5-on-5. 6:39 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0. We have McFarland and Lindsay, Baker, Reel, and Biddle on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Lindsay's able to grab it, send it across, get it out of the neutral zone to Biddle. Biddle sends it down along the wall into the offensive zone. That's going to be an icing. No, it wasn't. Farland sends it, gets it out of the zone. Baker stops it at the blue line, sends it back and dumps it behind the net. If I'm not wrong, that Evansville kid has got the Ermy on his jacket. I thought that he was disqualified, got a game suspension from yesterday's game. Lindsay picks it up at the blue line, sends it along the wall to Real into the corner. Baker picks it up. He sends it back to Lindsay. Lindsay sends it up twice, and they were able to knock it out of there. Nice. Woo! Glove save from Tane Wilson. With 5:27 to go in the first period, Owensboro still leads 1-0 over the Evansville Thunder. All right, we have Holder, McFarland, Ratusny, Couture, and Triplett on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Battle on the wall. Triplett comes up with it, knocks it towards the net, or knocks it towards the blue line. Holder's battling on the wall. Triplett's able to, or Couture is able to get it out of the zone. We're going to have a stoppage of play there. I think that may have been an icing. Bring it back down on the other end with 4:57 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0. We have Holder, McFarland, Wilkins, Whited, and Revels on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Revels sends it out to Wilkins. Wilkins gets it in the offensive zone. Takes it all the way to the far side. Stops. Sends it back to Revels. Revels has got it into the corner. Sends it behind the wall. Whited picks it up. They send it around on the other side. Holder tries to stop at the blue line. Wasn't able to. Whited picks it up though. Sends it back in. Dumps it. Oh, Whited almost had him a tip in. Wilkins in there, steals it back. Battle on the wall. Holder sends it out to Revels. Revels had a tip that almost went in. McFarland wasn't able to stop it at the blue line. Holder was going to chase it down, stop it, send it out to Wilkins, get it back in the neutral zone. We have Triplett, Baker. Let's see, Biddle, Baker, Real, Lindsay, McFarland on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage now. That's going to be an icing. Going to bring that back to the other end, drop it, and stop right there. With 3:32 to go in the first period, Owensboro leads 1-0 over the Evansville Thunder. Puck comes back to McFarland. He takes a shot. Just off the leg pad of the goalie. Biddle sends it back out into the middle. Baker sends it into the corner. He sends it back. Lindsay sends it back down to Baker. Gets it back behind the net. Biddle's back there fighting for it. Real tries to pick it up on the other side. Baker sends it back to McFarland. McFarland to Lindsay. Lindsay tips it up in front. Gets it knocked away. Lindsay with a nice check. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay sends it back down and gets into the offensive zone. Comes over to Biddle. Biddle dumps it. Biddle's got it in the corner. Comes all the way back to McFarland at the blue line. He sends it back down to Biddle. And it's back in the corner again. See Baker, Couture, Ratusny, McFarland, Lindsay on the ice. And then they dump it. The goalie's going to stop that, send it over to Lindsay. Lindsay's going to pick it up Look for a man. He sends it over to McFarland. D-to-D pass. McFarland sends it across ice to Ratuzni. Ratuzni gets into the offensive zone. Takes it into the far corner. Wraps around. Sends it towards the net. McFarland's there with a shot. Oh! Got deflected. Ratuzni steals one in the middle of the neutral zone. Sends it back in. Couture steals it back. He sends it across ice to Ratuzni. Ratuzni's got it in. He takes a shot towards the goal. The goal stops it. 1:44 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0 over the Evansville Thunder. We have Cox and Holder coming back in on D. We have Baker, Biddle, and Reel coming back in on an offense. With 1:44 to go in the first period. Baker wins the face-off, sends it back to Holder. Holder sends over to Cox. And they get it out of the zone. It's all right. Holder picks it back up. Sends it across ice to Reel. Reel's got it. He sends it to Baker. To Biddle. And they get it poked away. Nice steal from Max Holder. Max Holder sends it across ice to Biddle. Biddle to Baker. Baker's got it. He takes a shot, bounces off one of the players, goes into the corner. Wasn't able to stop it at the blue line. We've got a 2-on-1 break here. Cox picks it up behind the wall. Sends it out into the neutral zone, and that may be an icing. It is. They're going to bring it back to the other end and drop it with 48.1 seconds to go in the first period. Owensboro leading 1-0. Right, we have Wilkins, Whitehead, Revels, Holder, and McFarland back on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Evansville takes a shot, gets deflected. Wilkins is there to try to battle it, get it out of the zone. Whitehead gets it out. They have to reset. Holder behind the net. Looking for gets it taken away. The Whitehead gets in there and battles. And McFarland comes up with it. Nice stop from Tane Wilson with 7.5 seconds to go in the first period. Owensboro leading 1-0. We have McFarland, Lindsay, Triplett, Ratuzni, and Couture back on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage with 7.5 seconds to go in the first period. After the face-off, nice job. Ratuzni, he was able to send it to the other end. 1 second to go. Let's see an icing. They'll bring it back and drop the puck again. And there's the end of the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0 over the Evansville Thunder. If you're not here, you're missing a great game. Owensboro's leading 1-0 after the first period on a goal from Dalton Revels early on in the first period. We have a nice crowd here today. Got our Rampage and our Puck Hog families. Got our cheerleaders here. Doing a little Cotton Eye Joe. And then we have those dreaded people from across the river over on the other side. A little bit of Muhlenberg County swag going on there from our Dennis Wilkins and our McLean County boy, Larry Cisna. Yeah, Muhlenberg County Shuffle. All right, we're getting ready to drop the puck for the beginning of the second period. Owensboro's leading 1-0 over the Evansville Thunder. For those interested, this is a non-league game, but it's just as important because it's bragging rights for a year. Actually, we do play them again up in Evansville here back in sometime in February 10th, I believe. All right, puck drops. We have McFarland, Lindsay, Triplett, Couture, and Ratuzny on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Nice shot towards the goal. Gets deflected. Couture's going to pick it up, send it back behind the net. Lindsay gets it at the wall. He takes a shot. Oh, almost got a deflection from Ratuzny. Triplett with a beautiful check. They're going to call a penalty on that. They're going to call roughing, but I just don't believe it. I think that was hockey. It's not tennis. George Triplett's going to the penalty box. We're going to be on our first penalty kill of the game. With 13:22 to go in the second period, Owensboro's leading 1-0. We have McFarland, Lindsay, Baker, and Biddle on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage now. Lindsay's able to knock it back down toward the wall. Looks like we're going to get a cross check this time on... they're going to call that one on Trevor Biddle. So it looks like 12:52 to go in the second period. Owensboro's going to be down a man. We're going to be down 2 men, actually. It'll be 5-on-3 as Holder comes in on D. Except Holder, McFarland, and Baker on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage now. Yes, we are at the Owensboro Edge Ice Center, where just come and play here so that you can get the good calls, because the home team always gets screwed. McFarland's able to knock that one out into the neutral zone. Baker's going to try to chase that one down and steal it. Almost got him away with one. McFarland's able to flip it, poke it away. They got to reset up again. And Baker sends another one back into the neutral zone. Tries to get in there and steal it. And we send it back in again. 5-on-3. Owensboro's looking good. Hey, nice icing. McFarland was able to ice that one. And they got to set up again. 26 seconds to go in the first penalty. And Evansville has not gotten a shot off yet. All right, we have Reel, McFarland, Holder on the ice. Reel's able to keep it in. All right, we now are back down to 5-on-4 as Triplet comes in. They take a shot. Nate Wilson's able to stop it. Okay, 11:03 to go in the second period. 11 seconds to go in the penalty kill. Owensboro leads 1-0. We survived that onslaught of 5-on-3 for about a minute and a half. We have Cox, McFarland, Couture, and Triplet on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. All right, we're back to full power. Biddle comes back on the ice. Alright, so it looks like they're going to call tripping on Bob Cox now. So Owensboro's going back down a man on another penalty kill with 10:25 to go in the second period. Owensboro leading 1-0. So we have Holder, McFarland, Baker, and Biddle on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Baker sends it back to Holder. Holder sends it to McFarland. McFarland's able to ice it. Middle's got him a run here. Stoppage of play. The goalie stops that one. 56 seconds to go in the penalty kill. 9:21 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 1-0. We have Lindsay, McFarland, Baker, and Triplet on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage now. Tane Wilson still in the goal. Face-off comes out to McFarland. Back on D. He sends it towards the net. Wasn't able to control it. Evansville comes up with it. McFarland's going to pick it up. Sends it towards the blue line. Lindsay's got it. He sends it back down to McFarland. Battle on the wall. He comes out of there. Triplet's on a race here. He gets it. One on nobody. Takes the shot. It goes in. George Triplet scores with 8:56 on a shorthanded goal. As Owensboro takes a 2-0 lead on a shorthanded goal from George Triplet with 8:54 to go in the second period. 29 seconds to go in the penalty kill. All right, in case you couldn't hear me, Owensboro now leads 2-0 over Evansville Thunder on a short-handed goal from George Triplet with 8:54 to go in the second period. Evansville's a little bit shocked right now. They're over there thinking about this one. And they've taken a timeout. right, here we go. Going to drop the puck. 8:54 to go in the second period. Owensboro's on a penalty kill with 29 seconds to go. Owensboro leads 2-0. They have Lindsay, McFarland, Biddle, and Baker on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Nice job. Lindsay knocks that one out of there. Comes back to Lindsay again. They called something here. Not sure if they called a offside. I'm going to bring the puck all the way down on this end and drop it. So I'm not quite sure. That well, it didn't look like an icing. Definitely wasn't an icing. All right. That's fine. We'll drop it down here. 8:15 to go in the second period. We're back at full power. We have Bertuzzi, Triplett, Couture, McFarland, and Lindsay on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Puck comes back to McFarland. He takes a shot. Oh, nice! George Triplett tips one in after a slap shot from Grayson McFarland. Owensboro takes a 3-0 lead with 8:13 to go in the second period. All right, in case you couldn't hear me, Owensboro's now up 3-0 on a rebound goal from George Triplett with 8:10 to go in the second period. George Triplett's got another one, battling. They were able to get it out of there though. That one goes out into the player's box. They're going to drop the puck right there and start again. 7:59 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 3-0. On the ice for the Owensboro Rampage, we have let's see, McFarland, can't see all the numbers from here. Bertuzzi, Triplett, Couture, McFarland, and Payne. That one went up and hit the net. So we're going to drop the puck right there. 7:48 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 3-0 over the Evansville Thunder. Big rivalry game. George Triplett gets another one out into the offensive zone. He's going to take it over into the corner. Couture picks it up, sends it in front of the net for a shot. Oh, wasn't able to. McFarland's going to pick this one up. Send it back behind the net. Looks like we're going to get a penalty on Evansville finally. With 7:26 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 3-0. We're going to be on our first power play of the game. We have Rio, Baker, Biddle, Cox, and McFarland on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage now. Puck comes back to Baker. Baker sends it over to Cox. Cox sends one towards the net. Biddle picks it up behind the net. Tries to get it in front. He's able to tip it back to McFarland at the blue line. Blue line over D to D to... Oh, Cox! Ah, he took a shot and it bounded off of Noah Stewart. That's all right. We took him out. And Tane Wilson's able to stop that goal, but it looks like they're going to call a penalty, a roughing on Bob Cox for a legitimate looking check from here. All right, that was a short-lived power play. So we're going to be down to a 4-on-4 with 7:04 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 3-0. We have Baker, McFarland, Reel, and Biddle on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Biddle's able to tip one away. We've got a Biddle, Baker. Oh! Beautiful setup. Did not go in. It tipped. Goalie was able to knock that one away. Good job from goalie Nick Gorman. 6:47 to go in the second period. Both teams have a man in the box, so we're playing 4-on-4 for the next minute and 21 seconds. We have Holder, McFarland, Baker, and Reel on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage now. Reel wins the face-off, sends it back to Holder. Holder sends it D to McFarland. McFarland's looking for something. Sends it up to Reel. Reel back to Holder. Oh! He sends it down to Baker in the corner. Back to Holder. Back to Baker. Cross ice to McFarland. McFarland. Oh! Tried to do a fake there and he lost it. Holder's going to pick this one up here. And they get it out of the zone. Reel's got it, little dance to do here. Baker picks it up. Sends it back to McFarland. McFarland sends it down. And they're going to call an icing and bring that one back to the other end with 5:46 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 3-0. There's 20 seconds to go in our penalty. 20 seconds to go in their penalty. 42 seconds to go in our penalty. So for 20 more seconds, still 4-on-4. Goals today so far, 2 from George Triplett, 1 from Dalton Revels. Tuesday tried to get one. Nice tip up to Triplett. Triplett still got it. He sends it up to Tuesday. Tuesday sends one in on a assist from George Triplett as Owensboro takes a 4-0 lead with 5:27 to go in the second period over the Evansville Thunder. All right, we have Lindsay, Holder, Revels, and Couture on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage now. As we're on a penalty kill for 15 more seconds. Puck comes out. They flip it, goes into the back behind the net. Holder's back there to flip it around the wall. Oh! Get it out of the zone though. They got to reset up. We are back to full power now as Trevor Biddle comes back on the ice. Lindsay picks this one up back behind the net. Sends it over to Biddle. Beautiful pass. Get it out into the neutral zone. 4:35 to go in the second period. Owensboro leading 4-0 over the Evansville Thunder. Baker, Biddle, Wilkins, Lindsay, Holder on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Baker's going to take it, dump it. Baker takes a shot, bounces off the goalie, comes all the way around the wall to the blue line. Holder wasn't able to stop it. On a race here with Massey and Lindsay. Lindsay, beautiful D from Lindsay to knock it away. And we get it out of the zone again. Triplet is on a run again. Middle's going to pick this one up. Send it in front of the net. Lindsay's there, takes a shot. Bounces off one of their players. McFarland's going to pick it up. Send it up to Triplet. Baker's there. Real comes in. Oh, he gets taken out, but no call. Once again. McFarland chases it down, sends it out in the neutral zone to Triplet, to Baker, to Real, back to Baker, into the corner. Baker's got it. Cox, McFarland. Cox takes a shot, goes a little bit left of the post. All right, 2:29 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 4-0 over the Evansville Thunder. We have Cox, McFarland, Triplet, Real, and Ratuzny on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Ratuzny chases it down in the corner, sends it up to Triplet. Triplet takes a shot. Oh, just knocked off the goalie's pad. Real picks it up in the corner, sends it back. Triplet picks it up, sends it back behind the net again. Real's going to pick it up on the other side. Little doocy-doo. Sends it back to McFarland. McFarland sends it over to Cox. Cox takes a shot. Almost got deflected in from George Triplet, and Evansville comes up with this one. They send it across, but Ratuzny's there to steal it back. Triplet picks it up, and he's able to dump it. We have Couture, Triplet, Ratuzny, McFarland, and Cox on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. McFarland's there. He sends it in front of the net. Oh, beautiful attempt at a shot. McFarland stops it at the blue line. Sends it over, and it goes out of the zone. Cox picks it up and is able to dump it back in, though. And that's going to be an icing. We're going to bring that one back, drop it on the other end with 1:17 to go in the second period. Owensboro leading 4-0 over the Evansville Thunder. Back on the ice for Owensboro Rampage, we have Griffin Payne, McGrayson McFarland, Bo Couture, Garrett Baker, and Trevor Biddle. Puck comes back behind the net. Griffin Payne picks it up. He gets checked hard. And they're going to call a penalty. Looks like on Evansville this time. Owensboro's going to be on a power play with 32.7 seconds to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 4-0 over Evansville Thunder. We have Biddle, Baker, Real, McFarland, and Payne on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage as we're on a power play. Looks like he may have gotten a 2 and 10 on that one. We will not complain. Baker's got control. Sends it in front of the net. Oh, that almost went in. Good job, Nick Borman. Out to McFarland. McFarland takes a shot, bounces off one of their players. McFarland keeps it in the zone, though. Back behind the net, Baker's got it. He sends it out to Real. Real takes a shot, and there's your buzzer. At the end of the second period, Owensboro leads 4-0 over Evansville Thunder. When we start the third period, we will be on a power play with 1 minute and 28 seconds left in the power play. For those of you wondering, Kane Burke is not playing for the Owensboro Rampage today. He got a game suspension in yesterday's game against the Lexington Thoroughbreds. So we're playing without one of our big men today, but yet we're still winning 4-0 over the Evansville Thunder. As we start the third period, we have Cox, Holder, Biddle, Baker, and Triplett on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Owensboro leads 4-0. We're on a power play with 1 minute 28 seconds to go in the power play. Puck comes back to Holder. Holder, oh, bad pass, but that's all right. We'll pick it up on the other side. Cox is going to pick it up in the corner. He sneaks it across. Oh, another bad pass. Come on, guys. Battle on the wall. Baker gets in there and knocks it out to Biddle. Biddle's able to knock that out in the neutral zone. Looks like we're going to get another penalty. This one's going to be on Bob Cox. All right, with 13:29 to go in the third period, we are playing 4-on-4 for the next 57 seconds, and then we'll be on a penalty kill. So on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage, we have Holder, McFarland, Triplett, and Biddle. Triplett's able to get it out of the zone. Tane Wilson jumps on top of that one. Good job, Tane. 13:08 to go in the game. Owensboro leading 4-0. Looks like we may have a penalty on the Evansville Thunder as Noah Stewart is heading towards the penalty box this time. Okay, things evening up just slightly. All right, so for 36 seconds, we are going to be 4-on-3. Lindsay, McFarland, Triplett, and Baker on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Looks like Whitehead's going into the box, so it must have been a 2-and-10. on Bob earlier. The puck comes out to McFarland. McFarland's got it. He sends it over to Lindsay. Lindsay takes a shot. Tip. Oh! That went in. No, it didn't. They didn't count that, but that was a beautiful shot from Lindsay. It was tipped, hit the post, and dropped, but they did not count it. Okay, we're going to start over. Biddle's got it. He sends it over to McFarland, gets it out of the zone, though, so Baker's going to pick it up. So we've got triplet, McFarland, Baker, and Biddle. Biddle with a slap shot towards the goal. Goalie's able to knock it away. McFarland's going to stop this one at the blue line. Set something up. Sends it over to Biddle. Biddle to Baker into the corner. They send it around the wall. Biddle's going to stop it at the blue line. Try to set something up. He sends it down the wall to Baker. Gets it poked away. It's all right. Triplet picks it up. Triplet takes it all the way in. Takes a shot. Gets deflected. Triplet's having a phenomenal game. Comes around the wall to McFarland. McFarland a little deuce-a-doo here. Still deuce-a-dooing. We almost had a rebound shot there. And they knock it out into the neutral zone. 11:50 to go in the game. Evansville leads 4-0. Evansville comes up with it. Oh! Nice job! Woo! Way to go, Tay! All right, 11:36 to go in the game. Evansville leads 4-0. Tane Wilson's able to drop on top of that one. With 7 seconds to go in our penalty, 28 seconds to go in their penalty. We're still playing 4-on-4 for 4 more seconds. And we'll be on a power play for 21 seconds. We have Lindsay, McFarland, Reel, and Ratuzny on the ice. McFarland picks it up. He's going to take it up. He sends it, bounces it off the wall to Ratuzny. He's able to tip it, get it into the offensive zone. Lindsay tries to reach and stop that one. That's all right. Tane stops it at the wall. 11:19 to go in the game. Owensboro leads 4-0. 11 seconds to go in the power play. We have Reel, Ratuzny, Whited, Lindsay, and McFarland on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Face off, wins. Ratuzny flips it into the neutral zone. Comes all the way back to McFarland. McFarland sends it over to Lindsay. Lindsay sends one out to Whited. Whited is able to tip it. He dumps it, goes back behind the net. They send it around the wall. Ratuzny picks it up. He sends it back to Reel. Reel sends it to Ratuzny behind the net. Ratuzny comes around, tries to send it out to the blue line, but that gets intercepted. McFarland comes up with it, sends it over to Lindsay. A little bit of interaction going on there. $10:32 to go in the game. Owensboro leads 4-0 over the Evansville Thunder. Looks like the goalie may have gotten hit on that one. We had a little interaction going on down here with Lindsay and a couple of them, and they knocked his stick away and kept kicking it. The ref wasn't going to call anything. And we got a run out. Reel takes a shot at the goalie. The goalie goes down. I'm not quite sure if he's injured. So they did call a penalty on Evansville. Lindsay drew that penalty, so yeah, they gave him 4 minutes. think that was an unsportsmanlike is what they call it, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Okay, for those of y'all waiting, the goalie for the Evansville Thunder is down. I think he's getting up now. That's Nick Broerman. He's a friend of Jackson's when Jackson played over at Evansville. Good kid. He's up and moving, so he's fine. All right, with 10:32 to go in the game, Owensboro leads 4-0. And Jackson Lindsay just drew a double penalty on the Evansville team, so it looks like we're going to be on power play for 4 minutes with 10:32 to go in the game. Okay, on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage now, we have Biddle, Baker, Triplett, McFarland, and Couture. McFarland picks it up, sends it center ice to Biddle. Biddle takes a shot, gets deflected off one of the players. Baker picks it up. He's going to try to set something up. He sends it back to Triplett, back to Baker, takes a shot. Almost had a rebound there. Couture sends it back to Triplett, back in the corner again. Back to Couture at the blue line. D-to-D pass to McFarland. McFarland sends it up to Biddle, to Baker, to Biddle. Back around the wall to Baker. Back to Biddle. Sends it back towards the middle. And the goalie jumps on top of that one. Okay, 9:52 to go in the game. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the Owensboro's power play. Owensboro leads 4-0. Triplett picks it up behind the net. Comes around, looks to set something up, sends it back to Couture. Couture sends it back along the wall to the back behind the net to Baker. Baker picks it up in the corner, gets checked, gets poked away. Couture's there to keep it going, and they're going to call another penalty. Looks like a cross check this time on Trevor Biddle. So with 9:33 to go in the game, it looks like we're going to be 4-on-4 again. Still 3 minutes and 1 second to go in their penalty. Now we have a 2-minute penalty on Trevor Biddle. We have Holder, McFarland, Triplett, and Baker on the ice now for the Owensboro Rampage. Puck comes back to McFarland. After the face-off, sends it back to Baker, back to McFarland. McFarland's going to take it in the offensive zone, take it into the corner, takes a shot way above the net. Comes all the way back to the blue line. Baker picks it up. He sends it across ice. McFarland picks it up in the corner. He sends it across ice to Baker. Baker flips it up and over to McFarland in the corner. Back to Triplett. Holder's wasn't able to stop it at the blue line. That's all right. He's still got control. Sends it over to Baker. Across ice. Baker back to Triplett. Back to Baker. Baker's got it. Sends it over to McFarland, back to Baker. That was a hand pass, so he couldn't take a shot there. McFarland's able to keep it in the zone. Evansville knocks it out, though. Oh, got a one-on. Nobody. Wow. Tane Wilson was able to reach back and grab that one as it was rolling towards the line. And stop that one with 8:34 to go in the game. Owensboro still leads 4-0 over the Evansville Thunder. All right, we have Retuzny, Reel, McFarland, and Holder on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Still 4-on-4 for another 59 seconds. Retuzny sends it out to Reel. Reel's got it into the neutral zone. He's going to take it all the way down on the other side. Beat his man, send it towards the net. Oh, Retuzny had a beautiful setup, wasn't able to knock it in. Reel gets in there, back checks, takes it away. Retuzny sends it across ice. Evansville comes up with it. We have controlled this game from the beginning face-off. Far superior play today from Owensboro. Holder picks it up behind the net, sends it to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi's looking for a man, gets it out to Real through the neutral zone. Real takes it up, sends it over to McFarland. McFarland takes a shot. Goalie's able to deflect it up and over. Holder stops at the blue line, sends it back behind the net again. Evansville's going to pick this one up in the corner. Because we have Couture come back in. Revels comes back in. So we have Couture, Revels, Baker, McFarland, and Holder on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Couture's got it, sends it around to man, gets in the offensive zone. Little doosey-doo over to Revels, Revels to Baker, takes a shot, and Baker knocks it in! With 7:06 to go in the game, Owensboro takes a 5-0 lead over the Evansville Thunder. All right, we have Lindsay was in for a couple seconds there, but they switched him out. We got Payne in, McFarland, Biddle, Triplett, and Wilkins on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. 34 seconds to go in the power play. Owensboro leads 5-0. Although, actually, I think that power play should be maybe over with. We're back 5-on-5. Okay, yeah, they took that time off because of the score. So we're back to full power, both teams. Owensboro leads 5-0. McFarland to Biddle. Biddle sends it back into the neutral zone. Wilkins is there on the wall. Triplett's there battling for it. A couple big checks. Evansville comes up with it. Take it off into the corner. McFarland's there. They take a shot, goes wide right. Payne's there to pick it up, send it back towards the... come on, guys. They take a lucky shot. Okay, with 6:20 to go in the game, Evansville finally scores. It's now 5-1. Owensboro leads. Lanham. I'm going to call an icing on that one, bring it to the other end, and drop the puck. With 6:13 to go in the game, Owensboro leads 5-1. Everybody got a little quiet after that. After a lucky shot from the Evansville Thunder. Puck comes back to McFarland. He takes the slap shot. Bounces off one of their players. McFarland stops it at the blue line. A little battle there. Real picks it up. Sends it back to Biddle. Biddle still got control. He sends it back to McFarland at the blue line. Back to Biddle in the corner. Sends it behind the net. And they get it out of the zone. 5:43 to go in the game. Owensboro leads 5-1. Baker picks it up in the neutral zone, gets it across the red line, dumps it, goes back behind the net. All right, we have Lindsay, McFarland, Lindsay, Holder, Couture, Triplet, and Ratuzni on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage now. Lindsay picks it up, sends it back behind the net. Ratuzi's on the other side. Puck comes all the way back around the corner to Holder, to Ratuzi behind the net, battling Triplet. Ratuzi, Couture picks it up, gets it off the wall. Four minutes and 10 seconds to go. We get it out of the zone. We send it across ice. They take a shot, goes above and over the net. Couture's there to knock it away. Lindsay pokes that one away and flattens that kid. Woo! Way to go, Jack. Who did he knock down? Stern? But that was Grant Stern. That was one of Jackson's friends when he played over in Evansville. All right, we have McFarland, Payne, Biddle, Baker, and Real on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. Evansville is able to take one away. They take a shot that goes up and hits the net. I'm going to drop the puck right there. 3:25 to go in the game. Owensboro leads 5-1. Actually, to tell you the truth, even though there's been several penalties, it's been mostly a clean game. Mostly. And in all honesty, most of these kids are good on both teams. A couple of knuckleheads, but you know, they're 15, 16 years old, 17 years old. Farland picks it up behind the net, sends it over to Real, gets it, bounces it, gets it out of the zone, or tries to. Stewart takes a shot, almost got one there for the Evansville Thunder. Two minutes and 45 seconds to go. Like we're gonna, with 2:23 to go in the game, looks like we got another penalty on the Evansville Thunder. We will be on a power play with 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the game. Owensboro leads 5-1. We have Holder, Lindsay, Couture, Baker, and Biddle on the ice. Actually, Lindsay, Couture, Baker, Triplet, and Biddle. Lindsay takes out Army. Couture picks it up, sends it across ice to Biddle. Looks like they're going to call another penalty. Another one on Evansville this time, a high stick. With 1:59 to go in the game. We're going to be on a 5-on-3, looks like. So we have Lindsay, Triplett, Baker, Biddle, and Couture on the ice for the Owensboro Rampage. So pretty much for the rest of the game, we're going to be on a power play. See if we can knock another one in here. Straight off the face-off, it goes straight to the goalie. He drops on top of it. 1:56 to go in the game. Owensboro leads 5-1. After the face-off, Baker takes a shot. Triplett picks it up in the corner. Lindsay's got a shot. He takes, ooh, almost. Just missed the post. Okay, I'm daddy. I'm a little biased. Baker sends it back to Triplett. That one hits the net. 1:25 to go in the game. Owensboro leads 5-1. All right, we have Biddle, Triplett, Reel, Baker, Couture. Biddle picks it up. He held on to it just too long, so we got it offside. They're going to drop the puck again with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go in the game.
Come on, D!
All right, we subbed out Revels and Biddle. Puck comes back to Reel. Reel sends it over to Baker. Baker sends it to Triplett. Tried to get one going there. To get it out of the zone, Reel sends it over to Baker. To Reel. Out into the center. Revel tried to poke one away. Goes all the way back to Baker. Baker picks it up. He's going to take and run. All right. Revel sends it back to Baker in the corner. Comes back to Reel at the blue line. Couldn't keep it in. 39 seconds to go in the game. I'm going to set up one more. Reel dumps it back behind the net. Reel gets in there, takes him out, steals the puck. And there's the game. Owensboro wins 5-1 over the Evansville Thunder. As we have done a clean sweep of the Evansville teams this year so far. Beautiful win. 5-1 over the Evansville Thunder. We played them again in Evansville in February. And at the moment we have, I think our Bantams beat the Evansville team. I think our Pee-wees did. We have beaten both the A and B teams from Evansville. This is a banner year for the Owensboro hockey program as we're showing our dominance. Everybody shakes hands, heads to the locker rooms. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching.